In chapter 1335, Zachary and Josh clink glasses and have a light-hearted talk. A conversation regarding the care and attention pregnant women need begins when Zachary says that Clive's absence from the occasion is because of his wife's pregnancy. Zachary's point of view is jokingly contested by Josh, who asserts that he would go to great measures to make sure his fiancée Jasmine is at ease. Zachary finds the conversation amusing and reassures Josh that being pregnant is not the same as becoming sick. Zachary keeps a steady look on Serenity as they move through the crowd, and his bodyguards covertly fend off any girls who try to approach him. Despite the fact that Zachary is married, some people continue to pursue him, possibly in an effort to woo him away from Serenity. Serenity and Jasmine approach Mrs. Stone and Elisa, but Serenity is unaware of her husband's scrutinizing gaze. Elisa stands next to Mrs. Stone, who is compelled to grin while conversing with other wealthy spouses. When Elisa sees Jasmine and Serenity coming, she is relieved because she knows her mother's focus will be diverted. First, Serenity and Jasmine welcome the other women. Mrs. Stone then jokingly requests Serenity to take Elisa away to ease her irritation. Mrs. Marshall praises Elisa's genuine character and asserts that, had her son not already been married, they would have made a good match. Mrs. Lewis agrees and praises Mrs. Stone for having a good disposition. Mrs. Lewis did not contact with Elisa as much as Mrs. Stone did, but she is not resentful of Elisa because Zachary is the object of her affections. If Mrs. Stone doesn't like Elisa, Tanya, who has a great longing for a daughter, jokingly offers to adopt her. Elisa boasts about her fame while feeling smug. She hurriedly departs the group with Serenity and Jasmine in tow before her mother can react. Elisa leaves quickly because she is worried that the topic of potential suitor introductions, which bothers her, would come up in the conversation. The women present are known as Witherspoon's most affluent wives. They are all about the same age and are no longer interested with conversations about jewelry and cosmetics. Instead, they frequently discuss their children's marriages, a subject close to their hearts. Elisa decides to go quickly out of concern that she could be asked about her own romantic life. Mrs. Marshall praises the tight relationship between Serenity and Elisa, pointing out that despite being cousins, they are like sisters. She expresses surprise at Jasmine becoming Mrs. Buckham's prospective daughter-in-law and also mentions Jasmine in her appreciation. Mrs. Stone affirms their close relationship, praising Jasmine as a polite and respected person.